Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. My name is Volcata, and we are picking up right where we left off in the last episode, in the front of our house. And today's mission is going to be to trek down for some coal, some black gold Texas tea. Yeah, I know. That's supposed to be oil, but I think that in this case, coal is going to apply as well. And let's refresh our memories to where it is. I believe it's kind of in this direction. Somewhere. Not exactly nearby. Alright. So I think since we already kind of have this mapped out and looks like the elevation of the terrain, if I'm reading the map right, is roughly similar. We're going to try for this one first. And if that's a no good spot, then we'll cycle over there and hopefully maybe we'll find some crash sites along the way and maybe not die, because that would be pretty awesome. So I'm going to get some traveling materials together and be ready to make the long trek, because we're okay on some material. I'm gonna get rid of all of these flowers. Yeah, just get a bunch of concrete and iron plate together so we can start making foundations when we get there, and get some copper sheeting together as well, so that hopefully we can maybe start getting some initial stuff done. I don't think we're going to build the whole place out in the first hit. We'll have to come back home and get materials, but at least we can determine where we're going to be and take down whatever we might need for opening up any crash sites that we find, and then come back and restock as we have a better idea of what we're going to get. So I'm going to pause for a moment here to grab some stuff, and we'll resume as we start walking. All right, I think we are ready to depart. I was a dum-dum last session, and if you recall, we brought copper sheeting online and just kind of lazily attached it to the output for the copper wire. Figured, share the storage. It wasn't that big of a deal. Kind of forgot that copper wire, as you can see right there, actually goes into another machine. We're using it to make our stitched reinforced plate. And yeah, so this reinforced plate had stopped running because some copper sheeting had gotten on the line, and that was that. Why is this not running at full efficiency? It's got a yellow light. 37.5 wire per minute. What? Did we do it again? There was probably still one on the belt. Look there. See? Just. All right. So the yellow light I was talking about is that indicator right there, that little rod that I'm staring at. If you're not familiar with the game, those actually tell you if a machine is its status. Like if yellow, it means it's set up properly, but it's not running at full efficiency, which could be because something has run out, or it's just not running at 100%. Green means it's getting 100%. Means it's got a recipe selected and it's receiving enough material to never stop. And red would mean it doesn't have power, or you forgot to select a recipe. So it's a pretty nice quick indicator. But all right, enough of that. Let's get to heading to the to coal. As you can see on the right, I have selected a bunch of items. A couple of Mark 1 miners, some water extractors. I think it's off the top. Also, we have coal burners on that list. And that should be all the material we need for all of those things. And a bunch of extra for, foundations and what copper sheeting we had available to us for piping. So let's just fast forward and and get there quickly. All right, so I think we're here, sort of. As you see, I had to kind of build myself a little platform real quick. Let's do one more quick scan here. Not that button. That one. Check the map. Ooh, 4 nodes. Nice. So they're just on the other side of that little lake there. We have to. You probably can't reach these guys. We have to get there alive. Kind of waiting to heal up a little bit, and we'll just jump over there real fast. This is going to take a minute, so I'll spare you that. I'll spare you the details, and let's get over there. So we're here at the coal area, and as you can see, I ran into a small issue when I got here. There is a spitter in the ground, and you can see he already killed me once, and I've made it back to the corpse. And I'm waiting to heal up again. I'm not picking this crate up because it's blocking his shot. And I'm waiting for the health to come up, and it doesn't look like it's coming up. It might be because I'm in combat. Nope, there we go. I found that I can poke him if I'm fast. So there we go. Do I at least get access to his carapace? No, I do not. That's unfortunate. All right. So, to resume here, we have a pure coal node here. Our inventory is full. That's all right. It won't be for long. And where are the other ones at? Here, something. Normal node. Not as awesome. You know, in fact, what I'm going to do here is start placing foundations. So I'm making control, which is putting it on the global grid. With 120 coal per minute, this is probably going to be the only one we're going to need for now. I did bring the material to put up a second one. And when I find another pure, I will plop it down. I'm a little leery that this might be a guarded area. Okay, well, let's do this. Increase our visibility. Oh, I didn't bring any fuel. I topped off our burners before I left. And that was the fuel I needed for. All right, so we'll let's do it manually. Okay. Oh. These guys are not as easy to fight. Woo. All right. Look at the new. Wait a minute, not enough space for the. What did we must have picked up, probably picked up the flowers. That's all right. Pure, okay, excellent. Oh, and there's the other one. If these are both pure, then these will be, okay, so I'm gonna move the other miner up here, and we're just gonna put these two side by side. And face this one inwards. All right, that'll give us a space to grab this carapace. Thank you. That's something we can research in the man. Okay, let me... I'm going to have to really kind of scout this area. It's a shame that I didn't bring the biofuels with me. I could probably make some here on the fly. All right, let's pause for a moment here, and I'm going to just run around the area and try to get an idea of where can we really put some platforms down that will, that will look okay and work for, supporting our coal burners. If you're not familiar with the size of coal burners, let me show you one here. Look at that. That's a big mama. And we're going to want rows and rows of these. Plus, they have to have the input for the water and the coal. So you need space to run all the logistics. So these take up a ginormous amount of space. And maybe up on one of these cliffs would be a good area. The only problem with that is we're pumping water up. But I doubt we're going to be able to avoid that. So we brought the materials for some water pumps. It's just more power. But I'm going to take a look around and probably build some ramps, look up on the high spots. And it's going to take me a few. So let me figure this out and we'll resume there. We're going to start our first megastructure. And it's going to span the opening here. And we'll have supports and whatnot that ground it into the walls and down on the ground as we unlock, some more of our support options. But for now, it's going to just be a platform that goes from side to side. And it looks to me like that side over there is the highest. What's the grid like? Okay. So I think what we're going to do, because I don't think we can, we can't build over there yet. I'm going to do this off grid just to get us close enough to kind of start our spot on the other side. And I think that's going to define our height. It doesn't necessarily have to be with the roof of it, just kind of, maybe even it being anchored into the wall will help with the appearance of this. And I saw some options for through the floor structures or like pipes. So I suspect. So I don't know if that goes through the large foundations or small. That's new, and I definitely want to exploit that. I think that's going to be a cool option. But I suppose we can, if that's a problem, we can thin out those, like remove the large ones, large foundations for small ones at that time. It looks like this is going to connect pretty nicely. Yeah, that's going to work out. It's huge. And we won't be building from side, from extreme to extreme. And we may revisit cutting this down later. But for now, let's just get a giant platform from which we can get our initial layout started. And we can just go from there. So here we are back at home. I came back here to get the hole in the floor, which I purchased. Well, I noticed that we had enough alien organisms to complete that research, and we now have access to the rebar gun. So 5 minutes and 3 seconds. So I'm going to do this research. I didn't realize it was 5 minutes. And before I leave, I'm going to make us a rebar gun and get us better capable of surviving the fights. And I'm going to run back in the meantime and get more Caterium ore because it takes 10 ore to do the research. But this is exciting. Can't wait to have an actual weapon. Alright, here we are, folks. The rebar gun. It's going to be so nice being able to shoot things. Oh, yeah. I think these stack in 50s? This gun is so powerful. Oh yeah, get out, baby. Woo. Yeah, this is gonna get a lot of use. All right, I think I'm ready to head back and start building. So earlier I had mentioned that, in fact I believe it was in the last episode, I mentioned that when we line up belts to inputs and outputs, or inputs specifically, the pole needs to be centered and then off by 2 to make a exact turn, 90-degree turn. And I kind of offhand mentioned that for pipes it's 1 off. So we're going to kind of play this a little bit by ear because I don't have the stackable pipes. I think this is going to work all right. So we're centered. We're going to go off by 1, and my hesitation here is it's the wrong place. Off by 1 in the other direction. Is that I have a standard height that I normally do these at, and I normally use stackable poles for it. But that's okay. I think this is going to work all right. So I'm going to go inside by 1, and you'll see why in a moment. And then I want to line all of these up. Max height. Off by 1. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could be dragging the pipe. In fact, we should probably put piping on our hotbar. We'll throw it there for now. Yeah, I guess it could be done like this. And this one's going to, I want it to be 1 shy of it. So these were 1 past. I want this one to be 1 shy of it because it's the last one. And you'll see why in a moment. Oh yeah, that doesn't draw the line. So normally I think I would just place them manually. So that's going to show up just 1 shy. I'm going to connect all of these. Here's where we earn the name of the series. All right, so these are all offset by 1. That other one's one shy, so this one's one shy, coming from that direction to this direction. What we're going to do now is delete this. We're going to grab one of these. And this will be, well, maybe we need to angle it. Just drop one on the ground so we can just copy it. There we go. Again, normally I use stackable so the heights are different. That'll work. And this is a exact straight line. So here's where the repetition comes in. We don't want any of these pipes. Now I'm going to delete those two. And all I'm doing is creating a holding space to measure where I want these to be floating. And 6 of these machines use just under 300 water per minute. And the piping holds a max of 300 water, which is why I'm doing these in 6s. And now I need to, let's see if it'll, this goes through pipe. Okay, we don't need that anymore. And our new floor pipe thing, I'm just going to play this by ear. So we just line that up and just, I don't know, plop it down here. That's probably too close. Oh, no, perfect. Awesome. So hopefully that's going to poke through the bottom. All right, so that's going to require a lot of piping or pumping. Fortunately, since they originally introduced fluid in the game, they put this little pulsing thing that shows you how far it's going to go, which is awesome. I'm going to assume that we can at least get the water up to that. No, we don't want it to go back down. Why would you think that? So I guess we'll do... Oh, it latches right onto it too. Nice. And we'll just need to bring power down here. I was gathering up a little bit more wood for fuel at home. And yeah, baby. Oh, this thing is so good. So good. I saw another guy moving. Where you at? Yeah. Your days of bullying me are over. Over. All right, where was I? So we need to jumpstart this thing. And I've brought some coal. I dug it by hand. Now here's the thing. The pipe is going to come up and hit this generator first. So we need to get water up here off of a regular burner for this thing to start up. The coal, however, is going to hit the other end first. So, you know, we need the water to run long enough to make it to the other end, or the coal to run long enough to make it to this end. So this may not work right off the bat. We also don't have a lot of biofuel on us. And I think we have to run 2 of these. I have disconnected 3 of the 4 water pumps because they take 20 megawatts apiece. But the pumps coming up require 4 apiece. So that's 12. So that makes it 32. And then 5 for that guy is 37. So it's going to require 2 of these. They shouldn't run at full speed. Hopefully they'll run long enough on what biofuel I have on me, which is not a lot. So we should see that first of all start pumping. And then we should see that ring start to expand. It's backfilling. Come on, guys. We need water to go up. Please, please send water up. Pretty please. Yeah, whatever. Okay, the light went green. So it's oh yes, it's doing work. It's doing work. If this works on the first shot, I'm going to be amazed. Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it. Now, of course, we don't have enough water. We only have 1 pump going, so 1 water pump. So we definitely don't have enough. Oh, smoke! Oh, it was a little puff, but it... It's gonna do it. Capacity's going up. That means we can run down there real quick and get more water coming. The water made it up here. That's the magic. That's what we needed. Oh, am I helping? I connect the coal. So that's 15 coal per minute. We should be doing 90 coal across the whole thing per minute. We're bringing up 120. So, Mark II belt here. And we're good. Oh, as long as the water stabilizes, then we're golden. That's exciting. Oh, look, the water's in the pipes. Oh, I think we're good. I think we did it. Oh, and there it is. We have coal power. Oh, yes. Production 450, nice. Oh, I don't have any space in my inventory. Oh, I picked up the hard drive on the way out. Probably saw that in the time lapse. If I had room to do it, space time, space time. You know, we're really running late on this episode. There's gonna be a lot I'm gonna cut out to cut it down to half an hour. We'll leave the hard drive for a cliffhanger for next episode. And oh, it's good to be home. Wow, we got so much done in this episode, and I don't even know how I'm going to cut it all down to fit in a nice 30-minute package. But you know, we are power independent now. We will have to significantly ramp up that power production, and so we will definitely be going back to our coal area, and we want to finish out the platforms, and we want to do columns coming up as we get some of them unlocked, so that it looks, better. And so there's a lot of work to be done in that location. We just have bare bones going right now just to get our power, and we'll deal with that in probably a couple of episodes, depending on what it takes to get those things unlocked. And uh, and next episode we're going to focus on cleaning all of this up. This is going away next episode. We'll be able to build buildings now that allow us to, house our miners and smelters and everything, and have it come out nice, clean, packaged, and not have it all over the place. And we'll be able to, now that we have the power, we can ramp it up considerably so that we're producing a lot more, and we can get more assemblers online. Look for that next episode. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so very much for coming out and for hanging out to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. I love this. This is so much fun, and this is an area that I haven't built in before, so this is new to me, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving the area. I love how beautiful it is. And yeah, so if you liked it, like I say every time, if you liked it, leave a like. And if you're new to this, or if you've been watching these and are enjoying them and aren't already subscribed, I'm just I'm a small time YouTuber, and every one of them counts. It helps, and it makes me feel good to see it. So consider subscribing if you're enjoying the content and you haven't already. But with that, I think we are done here, and thank you very much for coming out. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.